Everybody, welcome to my channel, Be Free Now with Maria. Today I want to ask the question, how do we know that we are wrong? We know that we are wrong when we are right and still feel angry. In other words, yes, whatever we're upset about happened. So we're right, but we're still angry. Why? Right? If we're right, we should be feeling better. Yeah, we were right. You see, that was wrong, that wasn't nice, and so forth. And we should be feeling good. But we're not feeling good inside. We're still feeling angry. Why? Why is this happening? And the reason for it is because what other people do is about them and how we feel is about us. So that even when we're right, we still have to deal with our feelings about that situation and how that has triggered us and made us feel, right? We still have to deal with it. We don't get away with it just because we're right, and we don't get to move on. We have not solved our problem, so we have to dig deeper. And we have to sit with, why is this bothering me? Why did this hurt me so much? What do I need to understand about it? And we can ask several questions, but the most important thing, right, is that we ask ourselves something to get us started into understanding why we're still upset, why we're still angry, why it's hurting us, and journal about it. When we sit down and journal, free flowing, like we ask ourselves a question and just start writing down whatever comes to us in relation to it, we allow ourselves the opportunity to connect with something more than what's just happening on the surface. We're allowing ourselves to go deeper and get to know more about what's happening within us. What about us was activated, right? And if we get to that point where we can see, oh my God, I'm upset because ... or it made me feel, oppressed, and that is a trigger for you, then you know it wasn't so much the action, but the oppression that you felt that came up for you that needs to be addressed, right? And so now that gives you the opportunity to work on something that's been bothering you for a long time anyway, that really is bigger than the incident that occurred that you were right about. We want to deal with what's bigger, what's really going on, because all the other stuff is just kind of like background noise, not necessarily getting us down to business. In other words, helping us really resolve what we really want to resolve within ourselves. And that's whatever the trigger is that comes up for us. And it could be oppression, it could be anything. But whatever it is that comes up for us is what we really want to deal with. And journaling is a practice that, yes, we can use to get that stuff down and just allow it to free flow, but also have it for a point of reference, because we want to maybe look at it again, and sit with it some more and so forth. So, and if we don't journal it and we kind of just process it all in our head, chances are we'll forget some of the stuff. It just happens as we go throughout the day. And, so journaling is a good tool because it helps us have something physical and tangible to reference and go back to. If we find ourselves feeling too emotionally activated, then we can do something to calm ourselves down. Feelings are energy, so we don't have to run from them. We want to do something, right, to help us in that particular moment to change those feelings if that's appropriate. If we don't have the time to sit with those feelings, or we're too uncomfortable to sit with the feelings at the moment, that's okay. Then do something to shift from those feelings, something healthy, like meditation, whether it's a walking meditation or a sitting meditation, doesn't matter. Or just even touching something and sitting with that. In other words, grab an object, touch it, feel its texture, stare at it, look at its color, and just get into it to the point where we start to get so involved with looking at the object and touching it and feeling it and all of that, that we shift from that emotion that was feeling too heavy or too overwhelming or we couldn't deal with at that particular time. So, and we can also use something that is spiritual in nature if it feels good. In other words, anything that grounds you, right, to a deeper, bigger, grander belief about yourself and about this universe, so that the tangible doesn't feel so overwhelming because it's has this finite feel to it. When we are connecting with the divine, then we shift from that finite mindset and we have a more expansive mindset. And then there's this sense of support from the unseen world, right? And we are able to find comfort in that as well. So whatever works and whatever you feel comfortable with, but there is power into surrendering into something that helps us feel more supported on a deeper level and not so alone. And that is something that we will find in bringing in the divine into helping us navigate through any uncomfortable emotions. So before I move on and before I end, I want to pick a word from my bag of words and see what else I'm inspired to share. Okay, let's see, what do we have? Oh, gratitude. All right, so gratitude is one of my favorites because gratitude is definitely a tool that helps us shift. And I've mentioned this before, when we are doing a gratitude practice, something happens within us, which is that we stop focusing on what we don't like or what's not feeling good, and we're focusing on what we do have, what we do like, what does feel good, and what feels supportive, and so forth. And then all of a sudden there's a shift in emotions, because instead of I don't like or I don't have enough of, it's thank you, right, for thank you for, and we go on and on and on, whatever it is that you're grateful for, and that shift will happen just like that, and kind of like magic. But it's not really magic. It is intentionally done by refocusing your thoughts to what is good and to what you do have, and that makes you feel full inside in a positive way. So I hope that helps. Bye for now. Until the next time. Bye-bye.